Nanako and Mimiko, remember what was going on with that with Sukuna's finger? They force feed him one of Sukuna's fingers and Jogo then finds them soon after. Annoyed, he demands to know how many fingers they fed him, but the girls quickly flee. While Sukuna's marks still remain on Yuji's face, Jogo decides to make the best of the situation. Geto informed Jogo beforehand that if Yuji ate a finger for a day for 20 days, he probably wouldn't lose control of his body to Sukuna. In contrast though, feeding Yuji 10 fingers at once might temporarily force him to lose control. Jogo takes out a small scroll of 10 fingers and tells the King of Curses that it's time for him to wake up. Oh yes, it's that time of the freaking battle, it's time for the man himself. Jogo looks over to see Mimiko and Nanako. They're alive, but they didn't manage to escape the station completely. Jogo also notices that their faces indicate they're afraid and surmises that they likely can't use another curse technique to get out of harm's way. While he was distracted though, the silly volcano doesn't even realize the hand holding Yuji's face had been cut clean off. Jogo and the girls are both shocked as an ominous voice demands him to move. Jogo darts away to position himself next to the sisters. He notices that in comparison to Gojo, Sukuna's aura is filled with an overwhelming malice. Nanako believes even one movement will result in instant death. She tells herself to just breathe, but she's unsure if even that's safe. Sukuna faces them and says they're holding their heads a little too high. The girls instantly drop along with Jogo, but his isn't low enough. Sukuna creates a giant gash in the wall behind the trio that cuts off the top of Jogo's head. The cursed spirit begins to bleed profusely across his face as Sukuna tells him that one knee was still too high. Sukuna walks up to the girls and Nanako uses this chance to ask Sukuna if he can free Suguru Geto by killing the person inhabiting his body. Nanako claims to know where another finger is and will tell Sukuna in exchange for helping them. Sukuna tells the girls to raise their heads and gives them a smirk. Suddenly, Mimiko's head is severed. Displeased, Sukuna asks if Nanako thought she could order him around for just a few fingers. Desperate for revenge, Nanako aims her cell phone camera at Sukuna and attempts to activate her innate technique. Sukuna activates his first though and slices the top half of Nanako's head clean off. He follows up by dismantling her entire body into tiny cubes, then literally slices her into nothing but a gruesome spray of blood. Sukuna catches Nanako's phone and surmises that the camera is connected to her curse technique. Sukuna says Jogo is next and asks what he needs. However, Jogo doesn't claim to need anything. This confuses Sukuna and Jogo clarifies his objective is to simply fully revive him. Jogo implores Sukuna to make a binding vow that will let him take over Yuji's body permanently.